My name is Mark Henry, and I write a series of urban fantasies called the Amanda Farrell series. You've probably heard about it. There's sort of this thing sweeping the nation of the internet. Of course, that's international, whatever. Anyway, it's right here. Here's something. Save Amanda Farrell, that whole thing. And, you know, I think why it's important to do that is because this is definitely an alternative to the majority of like kick-ass heroine series, because frankly Amanda Farrell here isn't really a heroine. In fact, she doesn't give a crap if people die. She's very different. It's very much like a mashup of chick lit if all chicks were innately evil, and Dawn of the Dead. So you've got zombies and snarky humor, and frankly, the reason why the series is so different is that it's not even built on an urban fantasy framework. Because when I wrote it, I didn't even know what urban fantasy was at all, really. I just thought I was writing horror comedy. And so basically, it's got a comedy framework. And so if you want to laugh and you dig some really dark humor, then this is the books for you. The first one is Happy Hour of the Damned. The second is Road Trip of the Living Dead. Do you like that slick move up in there? And the one that's releasing today is Battle of the Network Zombies, which has a completely different cover look to it. And it took a lot of getting used to for me, but frankly, I think that if they had gone this way to begin with, you would have all known that these weren't paranormal romances or even urban fantasies, but they were comedies. So, I think it's a good move. Anyway, so the Save Amanda Farrell thing started coming about because, frankly, people were confused about what the books were, and they sort of got lumped in with everyone else, and really they're scheduled for a date where like tons of people release books at the same time, and they were all urban fantasy books at that time, and there wasn't really a distinction. You know, what made this different, and the fact is that these are very irreverent, smutty. I guess they are smutty, very sort of disturbed and gross and gory and just different. And I find that they have been very divisive because people really love them. I mean, really love them. I've had people contact me who want to like speak to Amanda, who's the main character, and they talk directly to her, and because she kind of hits a nerve, sort of a friend nerve, I guess. So there was that piece, and the fact that it came out in a trade paperback to begin with wasn't all that successful. So particularly during this economy. So $15 versus a $6.99 book, do the math. That people opted for the cheaper books. So my publisher is looking at discontinuing the series. So they re-released the first book, Happy Hour of the Damned, in a mass market paperback, in the small kind, and they're really looking at that to see if it will fly. So basically, it's got a few months out there on the shelves, and if they sell a lot of them, we might actually see a fourth book, which would be great because I have some really great plans for the fourth and fifth books. Actually, the fourth one is going to be called Ship of Ghouls. It may not be, but if I do get a fourth, it's going to be called Ship of Ghouls, and it takes place on a cruise ship, and it's going to be all sorts of heinousness, really disturbing stuff. And Wendy, who people who read the series know is Amanda's best friend. Wendy gets back at Amanda for all the crap she's had to take from her. And lots of other stuff happens. Lots of really naughty, horrible things that people are going to go, oh, Mark, really? Why did you do that? Why? It makes me sick. That kind of thing, which I get in every book, but anyway, so I'll talk a little bit about Battle of the Network Zombies because I've done the Save Amanda Farrell thing, and please do Please do. If you need to go to my website, www.markhenry.us, and right there's a big thing about Save Amanda Farrell and ways that you can get books signed, and I'll snark them up and draw pictures of zombie crap, and by crap I do mean doo-doo. Lots of things. I'll snark up your book. But Battle of the Network Zombies, the new one, is sort of a departure in that it actually does follow a mystery kind of a framework. I used Agatha Christie as my inspiration on this, and those locked door manor mysteries and comedies of manners and those kind of things. Of course, with my stuff, that means, you know, instead of a woman in a fugly old cardigan or a guy in a hat and a pipe, you've got a super sexy zombie chick and her sidekick, and drag queens and weird tentacle creatures and yetis. Lots of yetis in this one. I'm not sure. The Sasquatch is a huge Pacific Northwest thing, and so it was gonna make its way in one way or another. And this one has a lot of yetis in it, and the Reapers are back. And for those who don't know, the Reapers are a group of demons that look like little girls who go to pageants and things, like those Toddlers and Tiaras girls. Imagine them if they were demons and had like shark teeth. And they're back with a vengeance. They're actually in quite a few scenes in this one. So lots of different things for people to latch onto. Let's see. I hate saying I really do. If this is your first vlog experience with me, then you're probably thinking, oh my god, these are ridiculous. Of course, this is like my 8th vlog today, so I kind of run thin on things to say. But anyway, I'm glad to be here, and Teresa invited me, and I think that just sort of any exposure for the series and the books are great. And I think that just if you've got an author that you like, just any, not necessarily out buying these or whatever. See how I keep promoting that? But if you've got an author you like and you want to help them out, you definitely need to buy their book during the release week. And that's the Sunday through the Saturday of the release date. I mean, if books come out on Tuesdays, but sometimes bookstores put them in the stores prior to that. None of that stuff counts towards any lists. None of it. If everything gets bought before the Sunday, that author gets no bestseller list. And that's not, I would never get one anyway, because frankly there aren't enough books being printed. But, I know a few authors where that really affects them. And so if you do show up expecting to get a book because it is release week, don't hesitate to nicely ask for them to check their inventory to see if they have it. And if they do, they pull a book for you from the box. They don't necessarily have to go stock them all at the time. But, it's just like any other retail business. You can ask for what you want for, it's not, they're happy to do it. And if they don't carry it, ask them to order it for you. Or, tell them that it's a series you enjoy, that kind of thing. That helps. And go to libraries. And if they don't have the book on order, go ahead and put in an order slip. That helps out the author too. I love libraries. I spend a lot of time doing research in libraries and things like that. And frankly, just sitting there writing. So that can help. Also spreading the word. Please spread the word. Save Amanda Farrell. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for you. I'll stop in from time to time if you have questions, and I'll answer them and go from there. Thanks for watching the vlog, and pick up Battle of the Network Zombies out today, or a copy of Happy Hour of the Damned in mass market paperback. Thanks.